for some more movie trivia. There's a lot of films out there that go ahead and spawn sequels, and it can be argued now some of them sequels are better than their predecessor. For example, Aliens over Alien, Terminator 2 over Terminator, Return of the King over the previous two. But then there comes a film like The Dark Knight that just completely trumps Batman Begins. Respect to Batman Begins, it's a great film, but The Dark Knight, in my opinion, is so much better in every single way. So here are the top 21 facts about The Dark Knight. Number 21. In Sir Michael Caine's opinion, Heath Ledger beat the odds and topped Jack Nicholson's Joker from Batman. He said, "Jack was like a clown figure, benign but wicked, maybe a killer old uncle. He could be funny and make you laugh." He added, "He's gone in a completely different direction to Jack. He's like a really scary psychopath. He's a lovely guy and his Joker is going to be a hell of a revelation in this picture." Caine bases this belief on the scene where the Joker pays a visit to Bruce Wayne's penthouse. He'd never met Ledger before, but when Ledger arrived and performed, he gave Caine such a fright he forgot his lines. Number 20. In preparation for his role as the Joker, Heath Ledger hid away in a motel room for about 6 weeks. During this period of extended seclusion, Heath would delve deep into the psychology of the Joker and develop every tick, namely the voice and the sadistic sounding laugh. Ledger would base primarily the appearance on the Joker on the chaotic and dishevelled look of punk rocker Sid Vicious and the psychotic mannerisms of Malcolm McDowell's character Alex Delage from A Clockwork Orange. Number 19. Aaron Eckhart described his portrayal of Harvey Dent as both coming from and being apart from the same world as Batman, where Dent is the White Knight of Gotham and Batman is the Dark Knight. He said his challenge was looking for the similarities and the tension between the two, to find what's similar to Batman and then what's opposite to him. Eckhart prepared for his role by studying split personalities. He also partly based his performance on Robert F. Kennedy, initially on his dashing and polished appearance, as well as his preoccupation with revenge. Number 18. Christopher Nolan and his co-writers, his brother Jonathan Nolan and comic book writer David S. Goyer, made the decision early on in the script writing process not to explore the Joker's origins, to make the character more of an absolute. Number 17. After watching The Dark Knight, David S. Goyer said, "I can't believe my name is on a movie this good." Well, you better believe it, David, seeing as The Dark Knight is currently rated at number 4 in the top 250 movies on IMDb. Number 16. According to Christopher Nolan, the reasons why Bruce Wayne needs a new Batsuit to be more faster and more agile is in fact the real reason why Nolan himself wanted the Batsuit to be redesigned for the film. Number 15. Cillian Murphy reprises his role of Dr. Jonathan Crane, aka the Scarecrow, from Batman Begins in this film. This makes him the first actor to reprise the role of a Batman villain in the entire film franchise. He also made a cameo appearance as Dr. Jonathan Crane, aka the Scarecrow, in The Dark Knight Rises. Number 14. After Katie Holmes declined to reprise the role of Rachel Dawes, the following actresses were considered for the role: Sarah Michelle Gellar, Isla Fisher, Emily Blunt, and Rachel McAdams. Number 13. The following actors were considered for the role of Harvey Dent: Matt Damon, Ryan Phillippe, Josh Lucas, Mark Ruffalo, Liev Schreiber, and Hugh Jackman. Number 12. The following actors were considered for the role of the Joker: Paul Bettany, Sam Rockwell, Adrian Brody, Hugo Weaving, Steve Carell, and Robin Williams. Number 11. The Dark Knight grossed more money at the US domestic box office than Batman Begins did in its entire run in 6 days. Number 10. The Dark Knight was the first comic book movie to gross more than $1 billion at the global box office. After its theatrical run, The Dark Knight was also the fourth highest grossing film of all time, behind Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, and Titanic. Number 9. The Dark Knight trilogy is one of 3 trilogies to be charted in the top 250 movies on IMDb. The other trilogies are The Lord of the Rings and the original Star Wars trilogy. Number 8. The Dark Knight has the most Academy Award nominations for a comic book film. It was nominated for 8 awards, winning 2. Number 7. In an interview before his death, Heath Ledger said that playing the role of the Joker was his favourite. He also had the chance to interview Jack Nicholson about his role of the Joker in Tim Burton's Batman. Nicholson said, "The role of being the Joker will haunt you. The role is so dark that you probably won't be able to sleep. But enjoy the role as the Clown Prince of Crime, because it's nothing but good fun." Number 6. Heath Ledger really did go above and beyond for the role of the Joker, as he would improvise and make requests from his fellow actors to push him to his limits. Some of these include, for example, when the Joker is in his jail cell after Gordon's been promoted, he was seen clapping and Christopher Nolan encouraged the rest of the crew to continue filming. The scene is as it is in the completed film. During the hospital scene, when the Joker exits the hospital, the pause in the explosions was scripted, but Heath Ledger's reactions were not. Finally, Christian Bale stated in an interview that during the interrogation scene, Heath Ledger wanted Christian Bale to beat him so hard that you could get into the feeling of the mood that the scene required. Number 5. The Batman comic books, The Long Halloween, The Killing Joke, The Man Who Laughs, and the first 2 untitled stories to feature the Joker served as the main influence on the film's plot. Number 4. In the 2 ships game theory scenario, the Joker is seen with all 3 of the Chechen's dogs. In Greek mythology, Cerberus is the Hound of Hades and guards the gates of hell and is usually presented as a 3-headed dog. Now this may come off as purely coincidental, but considering the Joker's deeds and personality traits, which are emblematic of Pluto, Lucifer and other demonic entities, the image of the Joker with all 3 dogs gives that notion further validation. Number 3. A video game adaptation was in production, but it was cancelled due to technical difficulties. Though it was picked up by British game developing company Rocksteady, it would eventually become Batman Arkham Asylum. Number 2. Unlike his counterparts in both the comics and Tim Burton's 1989 Batman, the Joker in this film does not have permanently bleached hair and flesh due to toxic waste. His trademark grin was not definitively identified as a disfigurement in the comics. However, its appearance in this film, as scars deliberately cut into his flesh, echo the character's original inspiration, the character of Gwynplaine in Victor Hugo's novel, The Man Who Laughs. Number 1. The infamous growl performed by Christian Bale was much rougher in this film than in Batman Begins, and it has been parodied on countless occasions due to its extreme nature. However, the common misconception is that Christian Bale performed the voice himself. The real voice was much more toned down and then heightened to a rougher, grittier vibe in post-production under the decision of director Christopher Nolan. So that concludes the 21 fun facts on The Dark Knight for this week. Do you know any fun facts about any of the Batman films, the comic books that they take inspiration from, the soundtrack, anything at all? If you do, leave them in the comment section below. Give us a like whilst you're at it. Why not give us a share? Check us out on our social media platforms and stay tuned for more random trivia. coming your way.